What is up, world? It's your boy Ton, and you are listening to the Wonton Wealth Podcast. Here, I'm going to unravel anything and everything commercial real estate related. And more importantly, we're going to add abundant value. So if you're ready, buckle up your eardrums. Master leases are a really cool way to get shit done. In a master lease, you're going to have an owner of the property, which hopefully it's you, and hopefully you also have tenants. So you as the owner will have a master tenant, which is the tenant that will have a master lease with you, the owner. In turn, the master tenant will take over the operations of the property. They're going to pay bills, they're going to handle repairs, they're going to be responsible for signing on new tenants, and they're going to manage the existing tenants. They will also be negotiating the existing or expiring leases with your tenants. So we're going to imagine having a property with 8 units, and we're going to visualize a piece of pizza. And this pizza is going to be split up right down the middle. You're going to have 4 slices of cheese. You're going to have 4 slices of pepperoni. We're going to say that the cheese ones are representative of the vacant units. And then we're going to have 4 pepperoni pizzas, which are representative of the occupied units. Instead of being the owner, for this example, I'm going to put you in the shoes of the master tenant versus being the owner. Let's say we have the owner, and the owner's name is Sarah. She owns the pizza. She owns 100% of this pizza. She owns all 4 cheeses and all 4 pepperonis because she's a greedy bitch. Now, with this pizza, we know that the 4 pepperoni ones are the occupied units. So this means that she's 50% occupied. For some reason, Sarah is tired of managing the property. She is just sick of it. You somehow find Sarah in this distressed position, and clever you decide to do a master lease with Sarah. She doesn't want to fully sell the property because she really likes the cash flow from the property, which is why you go the master lease route. So in this example, we're going to have you be the master tenant, and you're going to be paying $5,000 a month to Sarah for the entire building on your master lease. And we're going to do this lease term for 3 years. Now, you are going to be on the hook for all the nitty-gritty maintenance, all the repairs, and you're going to have to manage the contractors for build-outs if those units need it. You know, you're going to be taking care of all the bills that come with the property. You're going to be paying the tax bills, the insurance bills, all utility bills. You're also going to be responsible for figuring out who leases out the vacancy of the space because you would want to maximize your income potential. So, let's say you find out that Amy, a third-party tenant, wants to take over all 4 vacancies of the building. And let's say Amy's going to pay you $4,000 a month for each single vacant unit, which means it's $1,000 per unit. And let's say Amy's lease term is 1 year. So, you know, she signed a lease with you for 1 year. She's going to pay you $4,000 for each of those vacancies, and she's going to take over all of them. Now, Amy's responsibility is that she's going to have to keep her space clean, operate her business out of it, make sure everything is running smoothly based on your agreement with Amy. So, in this scenario, Sarah only has 1 tenant to deal with instead of 4 or 8, and the tenant that she's dealing with is you. And you are pretty much going to be managing this whole thing for her. None of the tenants are going to be talking to Sarah. They're going to be talking to you. You are the single point of contact. In Amy's position, she's going to be benefiting because now she has a prime location with which to run her business out of, and she's only paying $4,000 for all 4 units versus, let's say, down the street it's $8,000 for the same amount of space or same type of spaces. And you, as the clever master tenant in this master lease scenario, you get to pocket, let's say, $3,000 a month, because if you remember, you're paying Sarah $5,000 a month for your master tenant lease, and Amy's paying you $4,000, but that's not counting the lease rates from the other 4 tenants that were already occupied. You, as the master tenant, are able to reap those benefits, utilize the capital in order to pay off whatever bills, and obviously pay off your lease rate to Sarah as well. So you are going to be the middleman here, and you're going to be reaping some of those cash flows. But you got to make sure that the numbers work in order for you to do that. And there you have it. That is the masterful look at the master lease. You always want to try to do a win-win situation where the landlord, the master tenant, and all the subtenants that come after come out on top. And that's a wrap. If you've made it this far, that means you've listened to the entire episode, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening from. And if you've learned something or found it useful, share it with one of your homies. And if you want to get in touch with me, I'm pretty active on IG. My handle is pro_TANH. Reach out, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, or what you want to hear about in the future. I'm here to tailor this to you. Until next time.